And welcome to Three Questions with. Got my friend Don McGee with us. Don is a nutritional evangelist. Don, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Kevin. Thanks for having me.
So Don, I asked you to come back on the show today because I want to pick up where I left off last time. We talked about traveling and how to plan to eat effectively. Well, now I went on that vacation. I ate badly for hopefully just a weekend, maybe the whole week. Now I'm home and I struggle with getting back on track. Like I was telling you, I come home on Monday after being away for the weekend. I eat badly, and then I make a bad decision for lunch. Instead of saying, okay, that's over with, and sometimes it leads into the next day, Dawn. And I know I feel like crap, but why do I keep making these dumb decisions? Because I like carbs, plain and simple.
There's nothing wrong with carbs. It's a hangover, pure and simple. It's just as if you had had too much to drink the night before. Right. There's a psychological piece to it, and there's a physiological piece to it. The first thing is you've been sort of off track to your goals for a little while, and your brain goes, I'm fine. Let's keep going. This was fun, right? So it's a psychological piece you have to overcome to get back to doing the things so that you can feel the way you want to feel, right? But then there's a real genuine physiological piece to it. When you have all of those, and let's face it, most people, when they go off plan, they go off with lots of extra fat and lots of extra salt and lots of extra sugar. It's not so much lots of extra protein, right? How many people are like, man, I had this great piece of chicken, That's not what you hear. And so your body is saying, hi, can I have more of that? Because that was really good coming in. Maybe not so much going out, but it was good coming in. And so you've got to battle that. And sometimes you just have to say, look, I'm going to work my way back into my plan slowly. And sometimes you have to say, you know what? We're done. We had a good time. We are back at it. It all depends upon your personality, which one is going to work better for you.
That's definitely a challenge, though. Like I said, for some people, we just know better, Dawn. That's the problem. It's like, okay, you've worked really hard. You're reaching your goals. You feel great. You're eating great. But yet, just because you went away for the weekend or you're going on vacation for a week, you think that you're now exempt from all the rules. And okay, if that's how you want to live, but when you come back and now you're like, geez, I've worked really hard, but in that 1 week I put on 7 pounds, and you're feeling lethargic, and then you get mad at yourself. You're like, I know better than to do this, but it was fun, So how do you just, like you said, get it? So you're just like, okay, it was a fun memory, but it can't be, I can't be doing this 2 weeks from now. How do you just flip that switch? That's the question.
And there's no switch to flip. It's a constant conversation that you have with yourself. I was away for a long weekend, and one night I went out to this amazing Italian dinner, and I had some salmon carpaccio, and I had chicken piccata, and I had a glass of wine with each course, and it was good. And the next day, because I have these conversations with myself all the time, the next day I was like, yeah, I don't need to do this again for dinner last night. That was really good. If I do that every night for dinner, it's not going to be good. And I know that. And there are some, I will say, tricks that I have. First of all, I do argue with myself a ton. And that debate goes on. And in the end, if what it comes down to is, I really do want to have whatever it is I want to have, I have some. But then I pause. I make sure that I pause, and I want that I really, truly need to keep going, because most of the time I just need a little. And then this is the thing that everybody needs to have all the time is water, because if you're not staying hydrated, then your body is going to go off kilter, and your brain is going to go off kilter, and you're going to be like, yeah, let's have a Snickers bar for lunch. That seems like a really good idea. and then your digestive system is going to go, whoa, what were you thinking? Yep. Go drink some water.
No, Don, I'm kind of laughing at you because your eating bad is better than my eating good. With the things that you had some salmon, oh my God, not bad and stuff. But I think, like you said, that's what it is sitting down and just saying, okay, we did that. It was fun. We enjoyed it. How do we get back on track? And like you just said, some people can just have that talk with themselves and go right back to what they're eating. Other people may need to take small steps, going, okay, let's just plan the next meal to be healthy. Okay, we got that. Can we plan the next
That's
meal to
right.
be healthy? And then there might be one or two of those meals that isn't healthy because you started eating ice cream. You're like, yeah, I had ice cream all weekend. I like ice cream. I want to keep doing that. Well, you have to phase that out pretty quickly. So, but any
Well,
other,
by all means, keep having the ice cream, but not all day long, every meal, right? You know what I mean?
and that's the thing is, like some people just, hey, I started eating ice cream and now, when I'm watching television at night, when my show comes on, I have a bowl of ice cream. And then at the end of the week, you're like, what happened to my weight? What happened to my feeling good? Well, because you had a very
Right.
large bowl of ice cream every night. So it's a treat, it's a everyday thing. That's why,
Well, and yeah, and so you just remind me of something that I advise my clients of all the time is habits are important. And so if you take one habit that's not serving you and replace it with a habit that will serve you better, then you're going to have better results. So if your habit is to have a bowl of ice cream every night when you watch this show, maybe you can replace that with a bowl of air popped popcorn, or maybe you can replace it with doing some stretches, or maybe you can replace it with something else. But it's not to do nothing, because then you're going to sit there that whole time going, man, I wish I had my ice cream. Man, I wish I had my ice cream. It's to replace it with something else that's going to serve you better. So you're developing new habits.
that's great advice. So Dawn, what's the best way for people to reach out to you? How can they learn more?
So the best way to reach me is either through Facebook, Dawn McGee, Nutrition Evangelist, or on my website, dawnmcgee.guru.
Dawn, I appreciate taking a couple minutes to come on the show. And as always, thanks for being my friend.
Thanks, Kevin.